Back of Skull Woods. A fun location to be.
Yeah. So Moogle choosing to do this back to front makes a lot of sense. If you can, scoop out the 2 items in this back half, you can leave the rest of it alone.
And you have the Tempered Sword, so this should not be a bad fight against our bug friend. Exterminated. Bombs.
Yeah. Is that the first of 2 items? I don't know if we've seen any other items in Skullwoods yet.
And we saw a heart container here as the first item of this Misery Mire.
Already gonna check the bridge chest before taking off here. Makes sense.
100% makes sense at this point. And that's the second item. Skull Woods is done. And we found a key in that first chest there of this left side of Mire, which means that the big key is going to be in the cutscene chest.
Oh, yeah. Shireen just being a little bit careful there with the whiz robe. We have a fair amount of hearts and a nice sword to kind of have a lot of we got a lot of offense right now. Still on green mail, so things are still going to hit pretty hard.
Yeah, those whiz robes, if they hit you, do 4 hearts of damage, so you definitely do not want to get hit by one of those. So here's the big key for Shireen. And, well, there's some of your defense right there for Moogle Charm.
Very nice.
There's so many places that we can go to get to the items.
Absolutely. I mean, like, it's one of the things that is, it's a blessing and a curse when you've got so many items all like just dropped on you all at once. Is yes, you can do a lot of things, but like, are you going to the right places to find the couple of missing things that you have still to find?
Exactly. And that's where you can get into a lot of trouble. There's the bow!
Wow, we are getting closer and closer to go mode already. Man, hammer go mode though. Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah, about hammer go mode. Oh my goodness, yes. Because here's the thing with the hammer go mode. You know that the hammer can't be in the big chest of Thieves Town, which could be a big issue for you if you went in there without the hammer. I mean, the bow could very well have been in there. Ice Rod found, oh gosh. The other big part of this is it can't be beyond that first chest in Swamp Palace.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a lot of places that the hammer locks you out of, which is nice, yeah.
And that's the big thing at this stage with regards to a hammer go mode. Now, I think at this stage, Moogle Charm needs that hammer to be in the overworld somewhere.
I'm worried that Moogle Charm needs the hammer to stay away from him. Because if he finds the hammer first, he's got both rods. Does he dive Turtle Rock at some point?
Yeah, that's a good point, but I think he does everything else besides that. Like Ice Palace and Swamp Palace will be on his to-do list at before he goes into Turtle Rock.
Fair.
And also the nice thing about getting that bow is that now you have an easier time against Vitreous. It's not a guaranteed fight at this stage, but it's a whole lot easier. Especially for this last stage. 8 arrows, and down he goes.
Ooh, Mooglecharm sneaking in a bat cave here. I like this.
It is in logic because of that mirror and the Titan's mitt. But it's just bombs.
Okay, okay.
So the funny thing here is you and I were on a commentary together for Casual Boots during the regular season.
We were, yes.
And it turned out to be quite a crazy seed where it looked like we were in go mode early. Except we weren't.
Yeah, that was one for the ages. A little bit of a different situation this time around. I mean, it was Sword Go mode, wasn't it?
It was Sword Go mode, and they had to go beyond GT in order to get to it.
It was something else. This one should resolve itself a little quicker, but
it should.
Oh boy.
It definitely should. Now, we just got ourselves a cape out of the purple chest, which is going to send Mooglecharm back over here to check the northern stuff. Shireen's going to go ahead and do Skullwoods, and I wouldn't be surprised if Shireen does go through Thieves Town, because there's no penalty for leaving something behind in Thieves Town, because if you get something that's hammer blocked, well, guess what? You don't need it. But I think right now Shireen is in total dungeon mode. Go to Skullwoods, check the area in the village of Outcasts surrounding Thieves Town, and then go into Thieves Town and, just stick to the dungeons.
I think he can do them, so I think it's a really good strategy to just keep, rattling them off. Hope you get lucky and you find the last item you're looking for in a dungeon that you're completing. So Moogle might get over to Catfish after all of this. Then it could even extend this trip down to, Pod Eastern, which we haven't seen yet. Looks like he might be coming up short and fluting away at this point, actually.
They didn't preserve the portal there, so... Next stop here for Mooglecharm. Trying to think exactly what would be going through the mind right now this stage. Shireen's fight against Mothula a little slower than what we saw from Mooglecharm, but still survived it. You're done. It's not a bad fight at all.
Right, so Moogle's going south here, so we're going to see...
Stumpy over to Hype, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess 20 rupees could come in handy.
Well, you're at 822 rupees. I mean, you never know when you need to buy potions for those 4 bottles you have. Question mark?
Oh yeah, Moogle forgetting about the hammer there, or so the hammer, the shovel. Could have done that check right there, but skipped out on it. That's one you can forget, I guess, at times. The shovel's one of those items.
Yeah, we know that the shovel is not going to lead to anything. It led to just a single rupee, but It's just the principle of if Moogle Charm goes back, there's the hammer right there in Hype Cave. That's a spot that Shireen's not gonna forget.
Yeah. Okay. Shireen's in a good spot, I think. If he keeps going after Thieves Town, if he just keeps on heading south after that, which I think the routing would indicate that he would do that. It'll lead him right to the hammer.
However, I do want to point this out to you. And not necessarily you, Sabatender, because I know you know this, but just as a reminder for various people that are watching this right now, there are two bows in the pool. We could very well find the other one.
That is always something to consider with the bow. Yeah, if it's here if it's here in Swamp Palace, that's great for Moogle Charm.
The one thing that's not great for Moogle Charm is the fact that we still got to do cutscene chests, but well, oh well. Can't win them all, I guess.
No, yeah. Yeah, so the only thing is, I think, like, if we really do need that second bow to turn up quickly for Moogle, though, because once Shireen finds that hammer, he's gonna go mode every dungeon after that, so it'll be a breeze for him.
Like, really, for Moogle Charm, down to one item from Go Mode, well, Moogle Charm doesn't know that yet. Moogle never made it over to the Mire area, so doesn't know what the medallion is required to get into Misery Mire. Bear that in mind as well.
I feel like if he found a bow, he'd feel like he was good enough, and he would go to Mire right away to check the medallion. I think when you've got 2 out of 3, you feel pretty good, but you're never, I guess, 100%.
Yeah. So we have bow turning up in the big chest of Misery Mire, and we have the hammer in Hype Cave. That's 10 arrows right there. And I would be surprised if Moogle Charm goes to the left.
Yeah, when you're one from Go Mode, I think going to the back first is the right call here.
Alright, we're gonna go and do this diver down trick, lay down the block, go jump into the water, clip ourselves into the rail, get ourselves a compass and a map, which makes you go, ugh.
Yeah, those are the 2 items you do not want to see when you're trying to possibly skip left side swamp.
And have them side by side like that. And a fetch quest while we're at it. I mean, it's not a bad fetch quest. You can just flute to 2 and turn it in, but it's still just the fact that it's not directly the bow.
Yeah.
Now, the worst thing here for Moogle Charm is that this is the big key. Because that means you only got 3 items out of this.
Yeah, and it would be pretty tough to leave 3 items. It's already, I think it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to go back in for left side at this point. But if it's 3 items, you have to definitely go back in.
Nice kill with the Ice Rod for Moogle Charm. Oh, 3 items.
Yeah, that could not have gone worse for him, unfortunately. Yeah, really nice.
Gonna go right back in, and you have to at this point. 3 items. One item inside, you could make that skip. 2 items, maybe 3, you're back in.
Yeah. Alrighty, so Shireen heading south here out of Village of Outcasts. It has to do the big game first here.
And Moogle Charm is not doing left side swamp.
Ooh, ooh.
Next up is Ice Palace. Now, the good thing about Ice Palace is it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah, but the seconds are ticking away here on Moogle Charm's window here. We've got to find a bow. That second bow is, I think, got to be an Ice Palace now. He's really cutting it close here.
If Moogle Charm doesn't go to Misery Mire after this, that's it.
Yeah.
That's really the last chance you have for Moogle Charm, because then you're going to start making checks that Shireen's not going to make.
Yeah, he's already bled a fair bit of time just from Swamp Palace, and then what he's going to have to do here, even though Ice Palace has been kind of optimized a little bit better with Icebreaker, he's still checking every chest, something that Shireen will not be doing when he comes here.
All right, if you are on the Mogliacci, I think is how it's pronounced. If you're on their team or rooting for their team, you want to see a bow coming up as one of the 2 remaining items inside of this Ice Palace.
Is this some kind of like agreed upon thing where they're gonna pick up the item in K45 there?
We will need to ask, because they did make a mention that there could be some clowning around, and we don't know exactly what. There's the big key in its vanilla chest.
Did they say they were gonna clown? Ah, man, these guys.
Oh boy.
Hey, yikes.
Oh, it's not here. That's item 3. You're done. Go straight to Cold Stare. Do not collect $200. Do not pass go.
I mean, at least that's pretty straightforward, you know? That makes this dungeon not too much of a time loss for Moogle Charm here.
But next up for Shireen is Hype Cave. If we can get into Hype Cave with all that bonking. All right. At 44 minutes and 14 seconds, with that discovery, Shireen is the first of these runners into go mode.
Yeah, I have to wonder, like, how he feels about that. This Steve, you know, has basically given our runners pretty much everything. The only thing that might give Shireen a little bit of comfort is that Mire play, thinking that Moogle Charm might not have dipped into Mire so early on.
Yeah, and that's going to be something we're going to have to ask the runners when we get to the end of this race.
Moogle Charm making pretty quick work of Cold Stare there. Pretty decent fight. Not too many issues there.
Race number 2 between these two teams will be coming up on Thursday at 2:10 p.m. featuring Rahman representing Skull Kids and Hula Ninja representing Mogliacci in the Cross Keys race. And then game number 3 coming up later on that evening at 11:10 p.m. Eastern featuring Gamachu and Orange in Hard Randomizer.
All right, so where's Moogle Charm going now? I think it's got to be Mire.
If he doesn't go to Mire, that's a big problem. And he's not going to Mire.
He hasn't done Thieves.
He's going to go inside of Thieves at this point with the hammer. Okay. So I forgot about that aspect, but he did check the first 4 going inside.
I mean, I guess that bow could turn up in the big chest. I don't know if we counted the items out of Thieves' Town when Shireen was in there.
Was not paying attention. I just know that there was a compass up in the attic. That's all I was paying attention to. And we did get the small key, so there's that.
With a nice bomb setup for the diver down there.
Yeah, pretty solid. You can tell who's comfortable doing diver down based on how fast they're able to pull off the trick.
Yeah, and these guys, these top runners here, I mean, just no hesitation at all. They know exactly what they're doing, like brushing their teeth. You know, it's just a simple task for them. I'm impressed because like I've been trying to do diver down, and it's a trick that's kind of eluded me so far. I gotta do a little more practice.
So, what dentist do you go visit to learn more about diver down?
It's Dr. Sahasrara.
I'm not sure I really want to visit, given how some of those seeds were.
Yeah, I think he should retire. Actually, you know, he's getting up there in age. Maybe he should just kick back.
He's not going to retire.
Never.
He's going to turn the family business over to his nieces, his nephews, children, offspring, whatever the term I want to say. Keeping it in the family.
Gotta keep it in the family. So Shireen's got Ice Palace and Palace of Darkness left to do. Moving pretty quickly on this seed here.
Yeah, this seed is moving along pretty fast at this stage. And inside the big chest we get ourselves the map. That's unfortunate. That didn't seem legal there, Jelly, whatever your enemy's name is.
Yeah, right. I mean, that was pretty rude of him. Not often that you see a runner get stuck in a spot like that.
All right. As Shireen going through this Ice Palace, about to finish things off, setting up the switch in order to do this dungeon with the icebreaker. Shireen finishing off, or rather Mogliacci finishing off with the blind fight, getting the 10 arrows. All right. This has got to be a flute to 6 at this point. Mogliacci needs to go to Misery Mire.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all things considered, he's not terribly far behind, but every single check he's doing that is not Misery Mire Big Chest is a problem.
Yeah, like for instance, taking the time to go through here.
I mean, unless this just so happens to be the bow. The other bow, that is.
Yeah. But of course, we know how the bow likes to be. Sometimes it likes to be right there in GT. There's the other single rupee.
Yeah, there it is, yeah. The other bow is definitely going to be in GT, I'm afraid. Like, it's always where it's going to end up.
There had to be a gentleman's agreement there for the for this there to go back in for the single rupee.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is where things get a little dangerous now. We're going digging spot because now we remember that we have a shovel, right?
And that's got to be what this is here, yeah.
And there's the single rupee pickup for Moogle Charm. Beautiful. Shireen having a little difficulty with the cold stare getting a little out of there, but the answer is no. Oh, don't go back into swamp.
He's got the book. Maybe he's gonna do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna. Yeah. Okay.
I was more worried because of the mirror, but yeah, you have to use the mirror to get to the bomb post too.
Yeah, that would have been a close one if he went in for left side swamp. That would have been a yikes.
₹5.
Back in a dark world. Now this I don't like.
Yeah, this is now scary time.
Have we got 5, 6 crystals already? Is that?
Yes,
the
we do.
situation?
Thieves Town and Ice Palace.
Yeah, a lot of hate for the Mire here, unfortunately, on Moogle's side, and it is costing him.
Yeah, this is just unfortunate, the fact that the answer is inside of that Misery Mire. Shireen heading into the Palace of Darkness.
I'm sure he is hoping for a quick and easy key layout to get him through to Helmasaur quick as possible.
All right. Let's go get the 20 rupees.
Yep.
And there's more rupees right there. Let's go say hello to Catfish, by the way, while we're at it. I think seriously what this could be, Sabatender, is this is the case where if it's in the Mire area, Shireen got there first, I lose.
Yeah.
This exactly is what it feels like.
Yeah, and as a runner, you know, when a seed is kind of like quick like this one, especially, if you're gonna make like a hard call that if the item that I'm looking for is in location X, I'm hard committing to not do that, then like so be it. I'll do everything else besides that. And I respect the commitment to not do Mire. It's just unfortunate that we know it's the place you need to go.
Moogle Charm, you didn't grab those 20 rupees.
Shireen's not gonna like that. I'll have to show him the tape afterwards.
Yeah, I know. Was that a 5-key front area to Palace of Darkness, or was that 3 or 4?
I think it was 4. And there was something in the first chest that was different, maybe in that.
Yeah, and shooter room.
Yeah.
Our
No
tracker
way,
Relkin
really?
telling us that it's 5 keys.
Oh my goodness, 5 keys, yuck.
Well, we do know that it's a bow-blocked Palace of Darkness. There, no! The silver arrow. So the second bow was bow-blocked in pod.
That seems about right for this game. That's usually what it does to you.
Alright. So Shireen making the way to the Helmasaur Knight. The Helmasaur King, whatever the rank is at this point. Final dungeon to finish.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good time, as long as GT doesn't cause too many headaches. Yeah, we're looking at a pretty quick seed here.
It's Ganon's Tower. When hasn't it caused headaches?
Yeah, right?
I've seen college exams produce less anxiety than Ganon's Tower big key hunts.
Mm-hmm. I mean, especially in any race, really. You know, and when a lot's on the line here, you know, you want to start off your you know, conference semifinals, you know, strong. But yeah, on a jet seed, like you're starting to feel like every second counts, and you know, if you go left versus right, Dark Magician, you know, everything weighs on you pretty heavily at the end.
I'm going to make a prediction here. My prediction is going to be that the lamp turned out to be, I know some people are saying Eastern. I'm going to say it's in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I think Turtle Rock's a possibility.
In that roller room just before you need the lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Bomb stretch for Shireen. And that is crystal number 7. With that, we now have a trip to go up to the tower to hunt down a big key. Sabatender, what are we doing?
Oh yeah, you know, we're looking for the big key in Ganon's Tower. I see some numbers in chat. Y'all know what to do. Numbers 1 through 22. We're trying to find Ganon's Tower big key. Where do we think it will be today? Rick, what do you think?
I'm gonna go 4.
Oh, 4, nice and early, huh? I like that.
Nice and early, yes. What about you?
I'm gonna go 12 is gonna be my number today. 12. I'm thinking it's in like Rando Room or something.
If we get to Randall Room, I'm gonna ask you which one of the 4 chests it's going to be.
Oh, yeah, sure. If it's in there, top left.
Top left, okay.
Yeah.
What a fast seat this was.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, we're looking at 112, I think, at like the high end. And if GT Big Key really cooperates, you know, maybe sub 110.
Yeah, for certain. There's the bow for Moogle Charm, 59 minutes and 7 seconds. Go mode. That was, what, about 15 minutes behind what Shireen got that hammer out of Hype Cave.
Yeah, and I mean, it is unfortunate for Moogle. He's got to feel a little bit behind at this point, having cleared out so much overworld. There really wasn't a lot left for him to do. So he didn't quite last locate, but came close.
So yeah, the second bow turned out to be in the Palace of Darkness in that beetle room just before you go downstairs. Big Key is in Harmless Hellway, so I don't see any situation here where Moogle Charm doesn't get the silvers. Chest number 2 is a small key. Number 3, we got some bombs. Number 4, there's our butter sword. Number 5, some more bombs. There's a mirror. We're gonna head over towards the Hope Room.
This is throwing my count all off.
Number 5, we find some more bombs. Or rather, that's number 6. Number 7 is a small key.
Shireen is almost through to Compass Room here. This will be checks 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Which means your number 12 is not going to be random room, but it's going to be someplace different. Watch it still be number 12. Number 8 is a set of bombs. Number 9, some money. 10, some rupees. 11 is some rupees as well.
Oh man, 12's got to be the fire bar room. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. All right, number 12 is a compass. And Moogle Charm heading into the Palace of Darkness. And honest, not super far behind. Just a little bit of extra searching that Moogle Charm did has given Shireen the lead at this point. It's Shireen's race to lose at this stage. 13 is just 10 arrows.
All right, Rando Room, come on top left.
14 is rupees,
No.
15 bombs, 16 rupees, 17 a map.
You know, this is so frustrating for a seed that was going so quickly to stick that GT big key right behind Ice Armos or potentially, I guess, Tile Room. Man, it sucks as a runner when you just want to get to the finish line.
I wholeheartedly agree.
All right, Bob's chest coming up here, although no Bob in sight.
10 arrows is in number 18. 19, 20, 21 behind Ice Armos. 22 would be Tile Room. Number 19. There it is. 20 is a no, and 21 would be a no as well. So if you pick number 19, you are today's winner of the Ganon's Tower Big Key Guessing Game. Cybertender, what do our lucky winners win?
Our lucky winners receive their own copy of the Book of Medora. It comes with a leather-bound cover. It is a lovely collector's item, but currently shipping is a little bit backlogged, so don't expect it to come anytime soon.
Yes, anticipated shipping date will be 2109.
Yes, that is what I've been told. So look for that in almost 100 years' time.
Nobody guessed 19, so nobody wins. That makes it easy on us.
Whoa! All right, well, I'll just keep that copy of the book for someone else.
Congratulations from us here at SpeedGaming, and Cybertender gets to hold on to his prized book. At least it's not the book from Zelda 1.
Oh, yeah, right.
Have you ever wanted a wand that shoots fire?
I mean, sure. Probably could have some uses for it. Silver Arrow's making quick work of Landmo 2 here, although we didn't see Landmo 1, so I guess this is technically Landmo 1. Shireen making his way up the tower. Not too much in his way. on the way to Ganon here.
And as these runners are making their way towards the end goal of this seed, I do want to remind you to please follow these runners. If it wasn't for these runners playing this game, we wouldn't be here commentating on this fun match between these two highly skilled and wonderful runners of this game. So please, follow them.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely also say that we should follow these runners. Great members of the community and deserve the love for sure.
I do also want to say once again a big thank you to the person that's been letting up those items as you see them, as well as the dungeons as we've completed them as well, to the great Relkin.
Yeah, clicking those buttons behind the scenes, really appreciate that, buddy. Thanks a lot for doing that for us tonight.
Relkin will be facing off against Verjig coming up in their match between the Titans Mint and Did You Check Your Boot, coming up tomorrow night, actually.
Ooh, poggers.
All right, so Moldorm 2 is down.
Yeah, Shireen just moving on to the Aga fight here. Hopefully the geometry plays nice and he's able to get through this quickly. Double there, pretty good.
Yeah, could have maybe have converted the triple, but unfortunately got a little bit of outside on the one that hit the second. And unfortunately, we're getting blue balled here on stages 2 and 3.
Yeah, timing's just a little bit off, making it a little awkward with Aga throwing those blue balls out there.
Yeah, just as a shout out, if you didn't see that match that was played last night, Dante versus Tam in Swordless, that race was done in what, an hour 7?
Yikes, swordless? That's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. And that just shows you the skills of these runners that we have at this stage of the league playoffs. All right, Ganon time for Shireen.
Yeah, might be able to just squeak in under the 110 mark if everything goes smoothly here. If not, we might just be a little bit over.
Yeah, major factor at this point will be the Ganon warps.
Alrighty, into phase 3, and Ganon seems to be cooperating.
All right, stage number 4. And we didn't get it right to immediately get the first hit. Oh, that was a dangerous stop right there. Good play there by Shireen to prevent falling down, because Ganon would have blocked that fire rod shot. Gets the silver arrows to go up, and Shireen will lead the Skull Kids to victory to go up 1-0 in this best of 5 series, with a victory over Mogliacci in this casual boots race. GG's! Right at an hour and 10 minutes.
Right on the money. Yeah, GG's in the chat for Shireen there. Solid run. Unfortunately, the hammer eluding Mogliacci was the downfall there, but a solid effort from him as well. His teammates allowed to try and win back this series in their games on Thursday there to keep this one going. Looks like Mogliacci might have hit the forfeit button there, so we'll see if we can get our runners in here for a quick interview.
And yeah, we'll see how things go in the remainder of this series. As we mentioned, Both games 2 and games 3 will be coming up on Thursday.
Yes, 2:10. It was at 2:10 Eastern on Thursday is game 2, and then game 3 late night. We're looking at about 11 o'clock, I think, Eastern time.
That's correct.
Alrighty, and we are joined by both runners. I think Mogliacci is almost here. Yes, both runners are now here. GG's to Shireen for winning, and GG's to Mogliacci as well.
GG.
Yo, GG's.
All right, we're going to start off with the first question to both of you is, how about that sequence to get you to the Dark World access by way of that hook shot into the Titan's Mid over on the right-hand side of the mountain?
Terrible. If you're going to give me Mid's Dark World, I'd rather not see Flute, not see Flippers, not see a fire source. Like, you're just making me think about where the hammer can be in a bad spot. I was panicking the whole time about that.
Yeah, true.
But one thing did help you out was that flute, because it pulled you into Misery Mire earlier, which allowed you to get that bow, and that probably made your decision to go into Thieves Town a little more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of just hammer for go, let's just do whatever I can, and I was kind of, just nervous about every check I was doing that, Moogle can make one skip and it's over. I mean, I think I was hammer for go, like sub 30 minutes almost.
That's right, you were. And Moogle, on your side there, it looked like, was there like a kind of a conscious effort or a conscious decision made to skip out on Mire for a while? Like you were just going to put that off and clear out everything else instead of doing Mire?
Not necessarily at first. So like when I got the fire rod, I felt compelled to go to Skullwoods because, it's like the flute kind of, I used the flute already. So like I just got this new piece of progression. Let's go follow that. And I did. And the intent was to just loop to Hype Cave and then go to Mire, I think. But once I was in the middle of the Smith chain, it was like, oh, I got to do the magic bat check because otherwise like I'll never check it. And once I did that, then I got the cape off the purple chest and it was like, oh, all right, okay, I guess I'll follow the cape and just go check that because I isolated the North Dark World stuff. And I just got myself into this hole where I committed to doing overworld checks without kind of realizing it, and then as soon as I got the hammer, it was like, well, I have to follow the hammer and just assume that if something's in Mire, like I lost.
That's a good point you bring up about getting just kind of like little pieces of progression, like not progression, but little items that could lead you to other things, and that just kind of just compounding kind of the frustration of the seed, I guess. Whereas it looked like Shireen had a more straightforward path with just the way that the routing worked out. But yeah, you're right on there with like just finding little things that are like, okay, now I got to do this. Okay, now I got to do this, and those just added up to a little bit too much.
Struggling with like after Ice Palace, was I gonna go do Pyramid Fairy or do Mire? And I was in my head debating what I should do, and I kind of felt like I was gonna do Mire next. And then I think the book showed up, and I was like, oh, all right. So now, I forgot about the shovel check. I've got the Bombos tablet. I've got Pyramid Fairy, Pyramid Ledge. It was just like I'm like fully committed to Overworld. I have to do it.
The case where one thing leads to another, and you're hoping that this turns out to be a single item in a single spear type of situation.
Right, because like I said, if something was in Mire or Desert Ledge, Agina, any of those things, I knew I lost.
Right on. Now, tell us, was there any agreed upon clowning? We saw some things that we thought might have been some things that you agreed upon ahead of time. If there were, do you want to illuminate us on that?
Yeah, like the file names.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing was the
Anything
file
else?
names, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because we saw you guys like make like some like you picked up like 20 rupees in like K45, and it was like, why'd you guys both pick that up? It just seemed like really.
You need it.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
in
Is that what I've been
real
missing all
interesting
along?
decision to go grab that single rupee out of Peg Cave there, Moogle Charm.
Well, I had the hammer equipped, so I could just hammer dash through the pots to go get it.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, we thought there was like some kind of like bizarre gentleman's agreement where you guys were picking up every like trashy piece of crap that was hanging around on the map.
Maybe there was.
Maybe.
No, you totally needed those arrows for GT.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
Was that the torch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the
Yeah.
torch.
I picked those on my second lap.
Yeah, right. That was a fun GT. It seemed like everything was going so great, and then GT really slowed everything down. Isn't that the worst feeling when you have to dig so deep into GT on a jet seed?
Especially on a jet seed, because again, from my perspective, I thought Moogle was gonna beat me 100%. I felt like the Light World was enough of a sequence where we're both kind of hitting Dark World at the same point. You're missing bow and hammer. I feel like Mire area is a pretty common play, and so when I saw hammer for go, I'm like just panicking on the checks, and I didn't feel great about Smith Chain. I didn't feel great about Skull Woods. And I just felt like this one was going to be really close. Obviously, unfortunate that it came down to that Mire dip, and it's never fun when you're just hunting for that one item in a jet seed.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Rick, have we got any more questions for our wonderful runners?
So I just want to really ask, you end up having, let me see, you got Raman and Hula Ninja going up for game 2 in the Cross Keys seed on Thursday. Is there anything that you two want to say to your teammates heading into that match?
I want Raman to out-collect Julo and beat him. I think that would be a good result in that match.
At a minimum, one of those things won't happen. I can guarantee it. But good luck to those guys. I'm rooting for a game 5. I know Shireen really wants a game 5. I would like nothing more than to return the favor in a game 5.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But Thursday will be a fun day.
Yeah, action-packed for this matchup. We're definitely looking forward to seeing what Thursday brings for both teams here. Yeah, I don't know. I think we should close out on this one, Rick. What do you think? Thanks to our tracker, Relkin, for clicking those buttons behind the scenes. GG's to both of our runners, Mogliacci and Shireen. Really cool guys in the community here. Give them both a follow for doing what they do here in the Link to the Past community. And yeah, Rick, I had a blast commenting with you. Always a lot of fun. I'll give you the last word to sign out on.
All right, well, so that's Sabatender, and also for the two runners, be sure to follow them as Sabatender ended up saying. Special thanks to everyone who's been joining us for this match, and we'll see you again for more of this Link to the Past Randomizer League featuring a triple header of matches tomorrow. Stay Other Net versus Rampant Revenant in the Titans Mids versus Did You Check Your Boot? Futon versus Big Dunka, and Pug Trio versus Error 216, and the Relkin versus Werfzig at 10:10 with the Titans Mid versus Did You Check Your Boots? Those times are in Eastern Time Zone and begins at 6:10 p.m. over on channel to be determined soon. So be sure to check that out. If you want to get more information about the league, you can check out ALTTPRleague.com. And with that, thanks for joining us. I'm Adirondack Rick saying thank you and have yourself a good night.